Do premium golf balls really go further than range balls? If so, how much further, and how does it vary by club? Join me in this video to find out. So a couple of months ago, I did a video detailing my club yardages, going through my bag, hitting all my clubs and showing how far they went in terms of carry distance. That was done on a sim using premium golf balls, using the golf balls I actually play round to round. And kids, if you are going to do a gapping session, make sure you use the golf balls you actually play in your rounds of golf, otherwise it's sort of irrelevant. But like a lot of golfers, unfortunately, most of my practice isn't done using lovely premium golf balls, nor is it done in a simulator. It is done on a driving range, off mat, using these. These are fairly typical of range balls that you find up and down the country. These you can just about make out are Callaway practice balls. And this is what myself and I would suggest most other golfers in the UK tend to use week in and week out to practice with. So what I thought would be interesting was to do a yardage comparison with these balls versus the premium golf balls. The balls I tested were the Vice Pros, which are the ones I use at the moment, just to see what kind of distance drop off range balls have versus good balls. Now, the answer is going to be something, I'm quite sure. Not only are these not premium balls, they're obviously very, very weathered. They've been hit who knows how many times at this point, and I think it's just accepted wisdom that range balls do not fly as far as new premium balls. But how much less far? Caveat is obviously that the measurement device is different than the launch monitor I used before, but I'm using the stack radar, which is pretty accurate for things like carry distances. And obviously the bigger one is that not all range balls are created equal. So I may hit a ball with one club, which is relatively new compared to a ball I hit with another club, which has been sat in the range picker for a decade and has been hit 10,000 times. So I'm expecting the results to be inconsistent at best, but I guess that is kind of the point. So I'll jump out now. I will put up on screen the comparison yardages for each club of the premium balls versus the range balls, and let's see where we end up. Okay, so that was interesting and I guess tallied with what I mostly expected. There was a drop off in yardages with every single club in the bag, but I would say it wasn't necessarily as extreme as I thought it was going to be in some cases. And actually the results seem to indicate that the yardage drop off was the highest with the more lofted clubs. My theory for this is that the range ball dimples get worn away like really, really quickly. And the launch monitor, I believe, judges the things like the carry distance based on being able to see the dimples spinning. Certainly that's what I've been told from a couple of people in the past. So my theory is that even if the ball didn't necessarily go much, much less further, the radar wasn't able necessarily to judge the carry as well as it could with balls that were spinning less and going further. So the biggest drop off I saw of all the clubs was with my lob wedge, and then it tended to get smaller in terms of discrepancy going up the bag. But as I predicted at the start, it was wildly inconsistent. Sometimes you get a ball which would just completely knuckle out of the air. Sometimes you get a ball and hit it and realize that one's cracked and it would go who knows where. And sometimes it would be fairly close to a decent ball flight. So key takeaways are, yes, range balls are going to go less far than your premium balls, as we'd all expect. I think do not judge your yardages off of hitting range balls. And also on that front, I think do not really judge your yardages off something like a top tracer. I don't think it's that the technology is poor in the top tracer, but the balls you're hitting are just not going to go as far as a ball would go out on the course. So I think it's a fairly dicey way to do your gapping. As far as ranges go, you know, they are obviously better than nothing and great for dialing in feels and getting some reps in. But as far as ball flight goes, you never know really what you're going to get from ball to ball. So it is a little bit unpredictable on that front. Guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. If you did, I would love it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. I am putting out videos every single week documenting my journey from golf rookie in my late 30s to something hopefully much better than that. And let me know in the comments below what your driving range experiences are typically like, and also how you go about getting your yardages. Do you use a radar, a sim, a top tracer, or something else entirely? And I will see you in the next one.